Welcome back to the channel. My name is Nizar, and today we will be making HTML and CSS documents, connecting them together so you can design your HTML. I'll also be using a live server using VS Code so that we could view our documents without always having to refresh all the time. So if you've never done an HTML or CSS document or have ever connected HTML and CSS documents, this video is exactly for you. So yeah, let's just jump straight into it. So obviously, firstly, let's just open Visual Studio Code. And the first thing we need to do, obviously, is create a file. If you don't know how to create a file, all you need to do is go to your documents here, maybe a document or desktop, and just make a new folder right here. New folder, and let's just name it HTML CSS connection. It doesn't really matter what it's called, but let's just call it that. And then all you got to do is just drag it in here like that. We can just close that and we can open it right here. Next thing you want to do is, now that we have our documents open, what we must do is create our files. So firstly, let's just create our HTML file. Again, it really doesn't matter what you call these files as long as it ends with the language. So for our HTML files, let's just call it index.html. You see, it does not matter what this is called. It matters what this is called. See, we're telling the computer that it's an HTML file. So we made that. Next, let's make our CSS file. Now, the industry standard is to call it styles.css, but again, you can call it whatever you want. Okay, now that we have both our files made, it's time to actually write the code that goes in the files. So the first thing we're going to work on is our index.html file, and all you have to do is write doc type like that, HTML, and then underneath it, just make sure you cover everything in an HTML thing. All this says is everything in here is an HTML document. And then next, what you want to do is make a header like that, and then the title. So the title is, let's say, HTML and CSS documents. Docs. Let's just docs, okay? And then in here, we can also make our body, which is just a good way of organizing our files. And within here, let's just write hello world. Like that, okay? So that is our HTML. And if you go to our open with live server, this basically just opens up the file here. And the special thing about live server and what I really like about it is that you don't have to refresh all the time. You don't have to keep clicking refresh. And if you don't have it, all you got to do is go to this extensions button, look for live server right here. It's the first one, and you just install it. And then to open it, you just right click on index.html and then open with live server. This will just constantly update as we are writing our code. Like I'll just show you. Let's just write an H2 like that. Hey. All I had to do was write the code and update it on its own. So that's why I really like live server. So if you follow along so far, well done. And you may be asking, where's the CSS? And that's what we're going to do right now. So let's just write our CSS right here. And I'm just going to make it simple. I'm just going to make the background blue, right? So background color, let's say it's blue. And if you don't know what this is just telling the CSS file that everything in the HTML document background is going to be blue. So this is what it is. Just everything within the HTML document is going to be blue. Okay, so as you could see, what the fuck? All right, so as you could see here, the blue is not showing. Like we made our background blue, but it's still white. So why is that? Well, obviously what we have to do is connect our HTML to our CSS. And to do that, all you need to do is in the head tag is do link rel equals style sheet. This is very important. And then href, which means referencing this link, styles, or whatever your CSS file is called, styles.css. And voila, that's all you have to do. So this is very important right here, guys. This is the most important part of connecting it. All you're telling the code is that you wrote a style sheet and the reference is styles.css. And if you just click on here, it takes you to the styles.css. And that's really it. I mean, you can write whatever you want. You can make it like black or yellow. make the font bigger. Oops. Make the font bigger if you'd like. And that's really it. So I hope this helped you out. Connecting them was a little bit of a challenge for me before, but yeah, all you have to do is just link it like this, make the files, and you've got it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. My name is Nazar, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.